Lovies, I put together 15 Christmas DIY crafts for us today. Some you may have seen, some you may not have seen, but either way, keep in mind that they're not in any particular order and just stick around and
So
enjoy
we're
the
going to go ahead and
ride.
jump into our first DIY. I have this Christmas sign that I got from Michael's last year after the Christmas season. I forget how much I got it for. It was originally $44.99, but I want to say I maybe got 80% off of it, if I'm not mistaken. And I was so excited to use it. I actually had forgotten about it. And when I went through my stash, I was so excited to find it. So what I'm doing here, as you can see, I'm taking some of that mesh or tulle from the Dollar Tree. It has like that frosted look to it. At least that's how I vision it. When I see it, it looks frosted to me. And all I did here was I cleaned off the window portion of this sign, and I believe the sign is probably about 24 inches long, give or take. It's a pretty decent size. And so all I'm doing is I took the tulle and I laid it on the back of the window portion of this sign because I wanted to give it that snowy, frosty look. And so just so you guys know, our theme is Winter Wonderland, so you will be seeing a lot of snow in different forms throughout the video. And so all I'm doing here, as you can see, is I'm just taking the tulle. It was not large enough to fit across the full window, so I did have to split it down the middle, and I just glued it to that middle portion of the window so you wouldn't see the seams connecting. Next, I'm going to take this little elf I got from Dollar Tree. He is so adorable. And I'm going to attach him to the back of this sign, where his face will be peeking through the window as if he's waiting for Santa Claus. I know, right? Stretch of the imagination. That's me. That's me. And so, what I did here was I put one of the crafting sticks, the larger crafting popsicle sticks. I don't know what to call those. Tongue suppressors, crafting sticks. Nonetheless, I put it on the back just so he wouldn't kind of flop backwards, because as you can see, he's like a Raggedy Ann doll style, so he was very floppy. So I just wanted him to stay upright when I go to sit this up or hang it. And I just stapled him to the board, and then where his hand is resting on the little window pane there, I just added in some hot glue just to secure that. I did not want to risk stapling it there. Now, I'm also using one of the Dollar Tree ornaments. I love these new ornaments. Like, I just love these. Like, they are coming so in handy with my projects. I've used them quite a few times already, so I'm really loving those. So I felt like this needed a doorknob. I'm not sure why they would not have put one on there, but I don't know. Nonetheless, I go in with one of these miniature ornaments. I did pick those up from Dollar General, my one Dollar General that I have in near me. But they had a pack of, I want to say 15 for $1, which I think is really a good deal. And you will see some more of those being used throughout today's video. Next, I went in with one of the it's like the duster, the little furry things for the dusters at Dollar Tree. It comes 3 in a pack, so I'm going to be using that for majority of my snow. And that's what I wanted to do here. I'm just adding a little bit of that fluff to the bottom, hot gluing it on. Now this did get damaged, like it had some staining on it just because of where I had it, and so I did clean it up, but I just wanted to blend it a little bit more, so I went over certain spots just to do a light distressing, just so it'll look a little bit more cohesive. And I really like that I did that, and I'm already liking, if you can see his little elf face peeking through in the window, I already really like the way this is. Those frames are a little bit smaller than this window pane here, and that was it for that project. So this one is a little red truck, and I got this from Hobby Lobby at the end of the spring and summer their sale or clearance, and it was $3.99 originally, and I think I only paid like $1.50, maybe $2 for it. And it's really a good size. I want to say maybe probably about 8 inches or so, maybe a little bit more. I didn't really do the measurements there, but I think it is probably around about 8 inches or so. So nonetheless, what I'm doing here is, I call myself like being like, you know, the crafter that measures, you know, twice and apply once. Yeah, so I'm using my little handheld drill, and it's about the size of a glue gun. I got this at Walgreens for only 20 bucks. So guys, just definitely check that out, especially if you're doing crafts where you need to use some small tools. I do have another power gun that I use. It is a little bit larger than this, so it is a, you know, it's heavier to use at times, and this is cordless. So I feel like for 20 bucks I really got a good deal here. So what I'm doing is I'm as you can see, I'm drilling in holes to create the light effect for the little red truck. Now what I was doing when I was measuring was I was measuring the back to make sure it was lined up, and then I realized, like, hello, you could just drill from the front where where the lights are actually at. So once that, you know, that whole epiphany happened for me, guys, I went ahead. It was a lot easier. Did not have to actually measure after all. So I just thought that was funny. I do some really weird stuff when I'm crafting. I tell you, it's like my brain, it just turns off, and I don't know. I just can't think. I can't speak. None of it. It's just so, it's ironic to me. But nonetheless, as you can see, so it's already showing as if the lights are already beaming through. I did tape them down there just so they wouldn't move, because I needed the little prongs, I'm not sure what you call those, where the actual light bulb is, to stay through the little holes. So I just taped those down until I was ready to apply some of the miniature ornaments. Again, this came out that same pack from Dollar General, and I'm using, these are like a it's a silver color, but I don't know if it'll be able to pick up with the lights on, but it has like a little bit of crackling to it, and it made a really nice effect. And I did all my painting for the most part off camera. That tree set I got there, the trio, it was actually in a 3D little miniature pack I got from Dollar Tree, which is really, really nice. It came with a lot of little stuff in there. It wasn't a whole lot, but I feel like for $1.25 it was a nice little set. And all I did was take a sticker and add that to the license plate that says "Be Jolly," the little Merry Christmas banner from Dollar Tree, stickers, Hobby Lobby, and literally that was it for this project. And I did go back in with this as well and use some more of that mesh or tooling and add that to the back, because I wanted to again give that whole frosted or snowy. I'm super excited about this. I think this is probably well, they were all my favorite actually, I think. Well, no. The three were my favorite. The other two were like, yeah, it's all right. But this one, I really love this. So what I'm using here is, and I actually thought I left it in. So I got this, like, it was like a wood bag, I'm gonna call it, or wood pouch from Hobby Lobby, and it was for $4.99, and it had 12 pieces in there of different, like, just random sizes of wood pieces. And so these 3 pieces were in there, and they're a pretty good size. I want to say they're probably about maybe 4 or 5 inches, 5 by 5 inches, or 4 by 4. And I'm using some of the cardstock from Hobby Lobby as well. And I'm going to be using some letters, some wood cutout letters that I actually got from Staples, but when I went over to Dollar General, I saw that they carried them as well. The pricing was pretty much about the same. It was like $1.30 for each, which is, you know, I know you could probably get a pack for it, but I didn't need a whole pack of the jumbo letters at this point. Wooden letters. So for the 3, I feel like it was okay. I'm just going to be spelling out the word joy, and I've had this cardstock for some time, probably about a year or so now, or maybe longer, and I'm going to be going in with some more of that duster material from the Dollar Tree. And so I'm just going to cover these. I did paint the outside of these wood squares gold, just so they'll tie in with the actual cardstock. And what I'm going to do here, and I kind of missed an opportunity right here where for the J, I actually should have painted these white as well. As I started putting on the little fur, or whatever you want to call it, or faux snow, the faux snow, I was realizing like, oh, this would probably have worked better had I painted them white. So I was already in the middle of it when I kind of had that thought, and I was like, well, I'll just paint around it. And that's what you see I'm doing here. So I'm just going in, mixing the little fur in with the paint. I don't recommend doing that because it can get in your paint, but I was just like, you know, I'm gonna just roll with it. And that's what I did. And then but the other two I did go in and paint those white. And so what I'm doing here is adding some glue around the edges once I get that on there. And what that does, I don't know how to really explain the texture, but it added to the snow effect in my eyes. So I was really pleased with that, and I just kept going with it. And all I'm doing is just kind of taming the little fur, because I did kind of pull it out from its roots, if you will, and so it did leave a lot of little fuzzies, but it didn't take long, probably about 15-20 minutes to make sure they were all together. And once you do that, you can totally spray some adhesive over it if you want to hold that in place, or even some hairspray will secure it and keep it stiff. But I was not too concerned about it. I feel like I got it exactly how I wanted it to be. So once I get everything attached onto there, you can already see it coming together. Enjoy. At first I was a little nervous that the white wouldn't show off, but it actually did turn out very, very nice. And now I'm taking some of this it's a gold Christmas ribbon. I want to say I got this from Hobby Lobby like 2 years ago, in the silver and gold, and I love working with this around the holidays. And so I'm just going to turn these into little presents. Now also, I didn't paint the back here just because the back is not going to be seen, and to me that would just be a waste of paint. The backings were nice and clear, you know, wood. You can always stain it too, total preference here. But what I wanted to share too, I just popped back in my head. The wood bag that I got from Hobby Lobby was $4.99, and I got it for 40% off, I think. So I got 12 pieces. It's various sizes, like you can use it for a lot of things. I've used quite a few pieces out of there already, and I really felt like it was a way better deal than what you would get from Dollar Tree, you know, buying their wood slices individually. But of course you can always go to one of your home improvement stores and have them cut down wood for you, and it would probably be more cost efficient as well. No, so all I did here, I'm no bow maker, you guys. I did decide to leave this in here because I don't know, I thought, you know, maybe y'all want to see me just, you know, do what I do and do it wrong. I don't know. Anyway, I just cut down 2 strips. I think I did one at 10 inches and one at 8 inches. Just wrap them around, tie them off with a piece of jute twine, because I wanted that color to just really kind of, you know, blend all together. And that's literally all I did. I cut off those tails. I'm just gonna press it right on top. Sorry I was out of shot there, but you guys will see it. I brought it back. So I'm just letting that stay there. And then I'm going to take a little gold rhinestone and add it right in the center of there. And I really love the way these came out. I think they're so cute. And you can do as many loops as you want for a bow. I'm a 2 person, like, so I'm just a 2, 4, 6 type of person. On occasion I will do in 3s, but for the most part I'm usually a 2s type of person. So here I felt like they were a little bare and I wanted to add something to them. So as I said, I'm going to add some gold rhinestones in, and I am going to actually go back and add some more of that gold ribbon to the outside just to complete it, because I just felt like with the oh my goodness, cardstock paper, it was just so sharp, if that makes sense. Like, so I wanted to just, I don't know, give it a little bit more finished look, if you will. And so that's all I did there. Like I said, I do go back, and you guys will see that I did add the ribbon to the outside. Now for this one, if you have any scrap cardboard like rolls, I forget what I had on here. I'm not sure what this came with, but nonetheless, it's a pretty good size. It's exactly 12 inches, which is a perfect fit for the cardstock paper that I have. And I just wanted to continue on with that gold and white theme for this is going to be married with that joy sign. So all I did, as you saw there, I used some of the Gorilla Glue stick on there and little dabs of hot glue just on the ends, because I didn't want to create any lumps in there as I was doing this. So I'm literally just adding the glue stick as I go, which you can see there, and just rolling it out. And it went on perfect. Like, I didn't have to cut, measure, anything. So I was super excited about that. It lapped over a little bit, but we are going to cover that up and you'll see it in a few minutes. So next I have this wood round that I got in a pack from Hobby Lobby, and I think it's 5 or 6 inches. And so I'm just going to go ahead and glue the cylinder or cone or whatever you want to call it to one of the smaller wood glue to it. You'll see that. And I'm going to use these gorgeous flower and berry picks that I picked up from I think it was Michael's. I got these from, and they're just gorgeous. I love the red, deep red color there, just beautiful. And I think it just makes the gold pop just so nicely. And so here I'm adding in more of that gold ribbon just to give it a more finished look, and like I said, to cover up that seam. I was just gonna do one, and then I was like, nope, I'll do one on each side. And I'm actually glad that I did that. And literally, like, this cost only a few bucks to make, guys, but it looks so high end and so beautiful, and it would look so gorgeous on an entryway. So you really have a super cute and functional piece. I also went in, once I did start adding everything to it, I added another piece of that gold ribbon to the top portion because I felt like it was unfinished there as well. And then I'm taking more of that duster, the fur from the dust mop or whatever it's called. I can't think of it, guys. I just lost my thought. What it's called. Nonetheless, I'm just taking that, adding it to the base. I'm also going to be adding in some of the white miniature bottle brush Christmas trees from Dollar Tree to here as well. And I did think at first, like, oh my gosh, you're going to be too much white and you won't see it, but actually you will see it. It looks very nice. I just, like I said, I just wish I had added maybe some lights to it. I think that would have just made it pop and look a little bit more Christmassy, even more Christmassy, should I say. And so I did take some of those miniature ornaments, again, out of that same pack from Dollar General, and I used the 5 red ones here. And so I was like, oh, it looks so cute. It matches the berries. And so then I just put in there the berry pick along with that flower pick just to hang over. So and I was really excited about that. And I think it came out really cute. But here's everything. So let me know if you guys see the same as I do, whether you can see it as being in the front or in the back. I really like the way this came out. It does scream Winter Wonderland Christmas to me. Like, it just has all the snow effects I was going for. I absolutely adore this. I love the trees sitting in there with that banner. I think it's just a gorgeous piece. And here is our door with our little peeping elf. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh, I really love this. I'm getting so excited about Christmas. Like, I love fall, I love Christmas too. Like, winter and fall are just like my 2 favorite seasons. It's just, I don't know, it's just something about it in the air that really just makes my heart smile. And I love this door. Like, I can't wait to put this up. I think it is so cute. And I wish I maybe had added lights here too, but at the same time, I just feel like, you know what? No, this is cute just as it is. I absolutely adore everything about this. I really do. And then here is our vase or our centerpiece. Like, I love this. I love the gold, the white, like, it's just real Christmassy. And then with the joy sign, like, Winter Wonderland to my eyes. I love this, guys. I love that little pop of red in there, that dark deep red. Like, I think this is just such a high-end looking piece. Even if you're all about farmhouse, I still think this would play very well in a farmhouse theme. Just the fact that it's the gold, and you know, it's just, I don't know, it's very chic to me, and I love everything about it. So I cannot wait to do, you know, my little so-called Christmas decoration. I don't have a lot of space to decorate, but I can't wait to put some of these pieces up. And this gold and white, and I'll let you guys know, I was originally going to do red and white, I have red and white. Here's a closer look at the joy sign. I was gonna say Joyce. We're not building a house here. The joy sign. And I love this. I love the different textures of the cardstock paper. We're going to start with this cutting board. Now, this cutting board is designed for resin, the resin pour or whatever it's called. I just call it resin. But it had that pre-cut out portion in there. I did paint it off camera in the Waverly white paint, the chalk paint. And I was just showing you, it did come from Michael's, and I got it some months ago. They had them on sale. So I did grab quite a few of those. Actually, I have them on clearance. And I grabbed quite a few, and I've used them in a couple of my videos. So I'm going to see if you guys can guess what I'm going to make out of this. Like, I am so hyped. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. But let me... So right here, I'm just taking some rice paper and I am putting it over this piece, and I'm going to trace it out or outline it so I can use this as my template. And once I get it traced out, I take it and transfer it over to this cardstock that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to use my scissors and just cut that out until I get the pattern that I need for the wood piece. Okay, and once I get that all fitted, I'm just going to take some of these stickers that I picked up from Michael's, and I'm just going to place them randomly throughout the scenery. So I'm going to use all three, but I didn't. All right, so anyway, so I just want to know if you guys can guess what I'm going to make, because when I tell y'all my brain was zip lining, I was like, ooh, can you do it, girl? Can you do it? I did it, y'all. I did it. I'm gonna see halfway through if you guys can kind of figure out where I'm going with this. Okay, so all you saw that I did, I had got that beautiful cardstock paper, crafting paper from Hobby Lobby, along with these stickers, and they're just like gingerbread houses. And so what I'm creating here is a Santa's village type of deal, and I just thought the scenery was so cute to just build up from. And so what I like about this board, they have two styles of them. They have like the regular, shape cutting boards that we have, but they both have the cutouts like this and the waves that and this one I just liked because it had that natural curve to it already, and I thought that would just be super, super cute to play into the snow background or foreground for the Christmas trees and the houses. And all I'm doing here is I'm taking some of these little ornaments. I got those from Hobby Lobby. I'm removing the strings from them, and I just colored the top. Like, I found matching paint to color up the tops where the little gold string was hanging. And here I'm just doing a placement because I just want to make sure everything fits. Now, I did get 6 pieces of those the ornaments, but I only used 4 of the 6 because I'm going to use 2 in the third project. I only have 3 for you guys today. That's really all I could get out. Just tired, guys. Just tired. I'm feeling my age. So here I am taking some of these string lights. I thought these were super cute. I got these from Hobby Lobby. They were 50% off, $1.99, so they came to 99 cents. And I'm just cutting, because it comes in a strip, and I'm just cutting them down to embellish the trees. So my take on the Christmas tree, so you can like create your own Christmas tree, take parts of it, do whatever you wanted with it, just you have to do something other than just decorating it. So what I chose to do with my Christmas trees is I incorporated Christmas trees in every single one of my projects, like so they could just kind of stand out in some kind of way. I did add embellishment to some, and some I didn't. I chose the option of just incorporating them in every single project. So I hope that doesn't disqualify me, but I think that was pretty cool. I'm going to do some nifty things with it, but yeah. So this one, I'm just adding in those string lights, and they're super cute. Now, I will tell you guys, I kind of goofed on this one because I was supposed to put down my fairy lights first, and I got so excited about decorating it. I completely forgot about the fairy lights, but I do go in here and do it and add them in. I think I cut it short. I hope I didn't bore you guys with
putting this through, because it did take me some time, because I was trying to be very strategic with making sure that wire was up against the I'm going to call it the wall, you know, the inner part, so it wasn't really standing out. And so it did take me probably about 30 minutes to get those down right, you know, just to wait for the glue to dry and everything. And I only used hot glue on them. I didn't feel like I needed a more permanent adhesive. I haven't had any issues when I used the hot glue on my fairy lights, so we're just gonna, you know, cross our fingers and hope it works without any issues. And here I'm just adding back in the houses. Like I said, I laid it out just to make sure I had enough room for my vision, and I absolutely love this. Like, I thought this was so cute. And of course, you guys know I love my 3D effects, so the little stickers, they are 3D, and I just love them because the light kind of hits behind some of them or near them, and it just really looks pretty to me. It's a gorgeous piece. So leave in the comments at this point, did you guys guess where I was going with this? Oh, I can't believe I pulled this off, guys. Like, this is just so my favorite. Oh my gosh, I love it already. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue everything down, and I don't know if I kept that on camera. Yeah, I did. So I'm just gonna go in and just glue everything down, just to make sure it's sturdy. So for the ornaments, I did add in a heavier duty adhesive because they were a ceramic style, okay, and they're pretty heavy in weight. And I'm not sure if it's close enough for you guys to see, but the ornaments I chose was Santa and Mrs. Claus, and then I chose a gingerbread man and a snowman to add in there. And so here I'm just going with my stickers that I had got in this booklet from Michaels, and I just take two of the deer out of there, and I'm just making sure they're, you know, put down pretty good, and I'm gonna go over and seal them with a little bit of Mod Podge. Now, I didn't cover the whole surface in Mod Podge just because I absolutely did not think I needed to. I felt like if I had done that, it would kind of show through the streaks, and I really didn't want that because this paper is textured, so I wanted to keep the integrity of that paper. And then I'm going in with some of these funfettis. It's like peppermints and little sprinkles, and I'm just putting a little bit here and there just to create the little whimsical, you know, snowy look, or, you know, just Christmassy look, I guess. And then I'm just going to cover the bottom part in Mod Podge, and I'm going to cover it with some of the faux snow from Dollar Tree. Alright guys, have you guessed it yet? Oh my god, we're baking a wooden snow globe! Woo! I was so excited about this, guys. Oh my gosh. I did not think I would be able to pull this off. I was just like, I want to do a wooden snow globe. I want it to be huge. I want it to just be so abnormal. That's what I wanted. And so I'm taking one of these, they're like the pottery, I don't know if it's called a pottery bowl or a floral bowl, but you get them in the floral section at Dollar Tree. And this is where the challenge was, because I kept trying to find things that would fit a proper circle, because I was going to originally do this with one of the Dollar Tree wood rounds, but it was not big enough. It just didn't look right. And so then I'm going through my stash looking to see what other kind of rounds I had, and this one was in there, and I forgot. I'm like, yes, thank you, crafting gods, thank you, because I completely forgot about it. And like I said, it had that natural wave to it, so it just added to the little snowbank. So I was just like, yes, thank you, I'm gonna do it. And I'm doing it, guys, and I did it, and I love it. It's my favorite. It is. I love this. And the last one too. I love this. Like, I was just so hyped. I stared at this thing for minutes and minutes and minutes because I just couldn't believe I pulled it off. So, like you saw, I just added in some more of that heavier duty adhesive along with my hot glue for that instant seal. Then I'm going to take some of this fuzzy yarn that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to finish it off because I really wanted to play into the snow part of it. I could have totally left it without that, but because the glue wasn't really showing, I just really felt like it needed that little added touch, and I thought this was like the perfect fit for the the remaining border part of this. And look at the little lights, guys, twinkling through. Like, oh my gosh, I was so excited. So excited. I really was. You gotta tell me, how did I do, guys? And I'm not even finished yet. Like this, we're almost there, but we're not finished yet. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, so once I get that sewn, I'm going to take 2 crates from Dollar Tree. I've also painted them in the Waverly White paint. I'm going to put one on the front, and technically I could have just put the one on the front and been okay with it, but I felt like no, it needed a more, structured, solid base, so I decided to put 1 crate on the back and 1 on the front. Now, what you see here is it kind of slanted over because when I was doing this, guys, I thought I was lining it up correctly when I started putting the houses and Santa Claus and all that stuff on the little heels there, and I didn't. And I didn't catch it until later. And so I was like, okay, now what am I going to do? So I just had to like slant it over some. So it is a little off center, but I'm going to be able to cover that up. And like if you're really just like looking hard at it, you would notice it, but other than that, like it's not super noticeable. Now I took some of these larger Jenga blocks that you get from Five Below. I put 4 pieces together, 3 in a row and then 2 on the sides, and that's just to cover up that opening of the crates on the side, just to give it a more finish or cohesive look, if you will, like just to tie it all together. Now it is a little bit of gapping under there, but again, you won't really see that unless you're like up on the piece, like just examining it. Okay, so that's just to bring it all together, to give it some type of design, extra texture, and I really love this, guys. Like I really love this. I do. So next I'm going in with this Merry Christmas ribbon and just wrapping it around. So see how you can tell like right off to the side there, like it's kind of over, but it was bothering me to leave it the other way because I was like, well, you know what, it's kind of going with the curves here, maybe I should leave it, and I just my mind wouldn't let me do it, so I had to disassemble it at the bottom, at the base, and just redo it. So yeah, it's all good though. It's all good. I promise you, you won't even be able to tell. Trust me on it. Sorry for the UFO light there. All right, so I'm just gluing that off, and then afterwards, you'll see I'll just go in with a bow that I got from the 99-cent store. And sorry guys, I had to stand this up for me to be able to see exactly where I need to place that bow to make the snow globe look on with some hot glue, and then I'm using that heavier duty at E6000. And then next I'm going to go in with some of these sticker snowflakes that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. And the reason I put this one right in the center, guys, is because you know how the bowl has that little I call it like a closure part, okay? The little circle there, it was bothering me too, and I'm like, I'm just not gonna find another bowl that wouldn't have that on there. So I just put the little clear stickers on. It does cover Santa's face a little bit, but like not a lot, like, because you can see through them. And so I'm just randomly putting them on, and when I say this tied this piece together, it really gave me the snow globe vibes, guys. And the glitter, like not the glitter, but the faux snow that I put in there, like I turned it upside down and turned it back up, and it really was floating. It was floating, guys. It was floating. Here it is. You gotta let me know. Look at our snow globe, guys. I did it. I was so excited about this. So you have to let me know if you guys had a favorite today. How do you feel about this? Would you recreate a wooden snow globe if you could? Like, it was so affordable. The board, I don't know if I mentioned, was only like $5. And then the rest is just, you get the stuff from Dollar Tree. I think it's super cool. I really do. I absolutely love this. And there it is with the lights turned down. I think it's super cute. Something I can see displayed. Well, I am going to display it. It's going to be up somewhere in this apartment. Because I absolutely love this. Like, I think it's gorgeous. I think it's pretty. It's fun. It's whimsical. I think it's all the things. So yeah, you just have to let me know. Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome, welcome, welcome guys, old and new. I am so excited about today's video. We have some fun DIYs for you. I'm going to be using this awesome piece that I got on clearance. Okay, $8, honey. Yes. So I had to grab it. It's like, I want to say like 18 by 48 or something. Like, it's a huge piece. Like, I could not capture it all on my camera. If I did, it would have been such a far out shot. You really wouldn't have been able to see what I was doing. So I brought it in where I thought it mattered most. I'm just going in with some of the Waverly elephant paint and giving it a heavy distressing, okay, or heavy distress. And so I'm also going to be using Waverly's white paint to go over it. I had this whole vision in my head because I want this whole frosted window thing that I'm going there. Is I went in, did the distressing, I laid down some fairy lights. Now I'm showing you guys this is where I'm going to incorporate my cutting mats. Now, unfortunately, my Dollar Tree did not have all of one of the same. And then what I had in my stash, I just didn't have enough for what I wanted. So I wanted to go with the more clear ones. And then they have one that's like super frosted. So I had to get really creative here because I had 3 of the really clear ones, which is what I really wanted. And then I had like 6, I think, of the frosted ones. So I was like, okay, so what I'm going to have to do here is literally have to individually cut them down, because at first I was just going to layer them and like hide them behind each of the framing pieces, but they were not long enough. It just wasn't going to work. It was going to look really etchy. So I was like, all right, so the top part I'm going to do with the frosted cutting mat, and the bottom one I'm going to do with the clear. So that's what I'm showing you guys there. And I just went around, cut it out, and I'm actually just going to go in my staple gun and just staple it all down. At first I was going to glue it, but we know that hot glue and plastic is just not a good mix. I am going to be using my heavy duty E6000, but again, that takes some time to really cure. So I was like, I need something fast and quick. So stapling it was. So you can't even really tell where the clear one is, and that's really why I wanted. But I do like the fact that I end up mixing them together. So it did give me that very rustic, old school, Christmassy, vibe, and I love it. So next I'm taking one of these gift bags from Dollar Tree. Absolutely love the vibrancy on this gift bag. It shows Santa putting presents under the tree, and I thought, oh my goodness, how cute would that be to have it as though you're looking through the window and you're seeing Santa putting away the Christmas gifts, or putting out the Christmas gifts. So that's where we're going with this. Now what I am doing here is I'm taking some of the little miniature wooden squares from the Crafter Square section at Dollar Tree. I'm putting that on the front corners of this picture. Now I did originally think I was going to go ahead and use the full like sides in front, but it did not work out well, so I removed that and just went with the middle, or the front part of the back. So here, like I said, I'm gluing down those squares, and this is because as I was looking at this, I was going to put the gift bag flesh to the cutting mats, but I opted not to do that because I didn't want it to be that clear. I wanted you to see it and know what it was, but not be as if like there was no cutting mat there. I wanted you to have that little blur, if you will. So that's what I'm doing here. So then I'm going in with some of the tower tumbling blocks, and I used about 5 of those, and I just spaced them along the framing, because this is also going to add to that lift, or the gapping between the gift bag and the cutting mat, so you can have that almost shadow box appeal. I did go in, it took about 3 sets of fairy lights here that I ordered off of Amazon with the tiny little packs. I used 2 different kinds, but it took 3 of each, and I still was shy probably about 3 inches, but it still works out. You can't really tell. So what I'm doing is going in and adding in some of that E6000 glue for that long-term hold. I'm also going to go in with my hot glue just to make sure it locked tight, quickly, and it really works out, guys. Now I was a little concerned, like, oh, it feels like it's dipping a little bit, but nope. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you guys to see this at the end, just to give you guys a little idea already. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh, this was so cute. I absolutely love this. I love crafting, guys. I get so excited. I think I get way too excited, way more excited than I should. Than I should, but I do. I really do. So I got this gorgeous bow from Michael's. It was 50% off, plus like I had a whole bunch of discounts to go along with it. So I paid nowhere near the original price of this. And I loved it because I love red and white stripes, and I thought this would look absolutely gorgeous on here. As you saw, I cut off the tails. And I went this route because you guys know I suck at making bows. So yeah, I'm going to go with the pre-made bows and be proud about that. Judge me if you will, but on this channel, we judge not. We do not judge. So look at that, and look at the difference between the two. At first, you really can't tell, but look at the frosted top part of that, and I think that looks so nice. I'm so glad that that mistake happened. Well, it wasn't even a mistake. I'm just glad it worked out the way it was. The crafting gods were working with me. So look how beautiful that is. So next I have this felt like ice, I guess icicles or whatever, ice drippings or snow dripping. I don't know. I don't know. We don't have snow here in California, where I'm from. Well, my part of California. No, but I got the faux snow. It's the felt. So Cassie Jo's gonna love that. She hates felt, but it was not working out how I wanted. So because since I had this frosted part up at the top, I didn't really need the snow up there, but I wanted that effect. So what I decided to do was just cut it down little strips and pieces and just hang it towards that top line there, that goes straight across. And I thought that was way better. And then I didn't want to cover Santa in the middle, and this worked out so much better. And then I have that bow right there to kind of separate the frosted mattes versus the clear ones. And guys, oh, I can't wait till y'all see this. I absolutely love this piece. Like Christmas, I love Christmas. Somebody left me a comment last week. It was like, Christmas must be your favorite time. Actually, fall and Christmas both are my favorite times. But this year I started out not really knowing what I was going to do for Christmas, but as the weeks progressed and I just prayed about it, and it's just been coming to me. Like, it's just been flowing in abundance, and I'm so grateful for it, because a lot of these visions, I didn't even have there. And hello, somebody, talk to me about this piece. Tell me it is not gorgeous. Oh my goodness, I love this. I cannot wait. I may actually leave this up like right now, because it looks so pretty. Even my son, he was like, yeah, mom, that's nice. He was like, that's tight, like it's nice. And I love it. I love it. I thought it was going to be off because of the picture not being as big as I thought it was. But guys, I love this. Like, I really love this. And this is the angle. See, I wanted to make it look as though somebody's looking up through the window and they see Santa Claus. Oh, and that's the project, guys. My snow globe, my wooden snow globe. That's what won. Yay! So it was only $1.50. So back when they were $1.50, now they're $1.75. And I got these are actually ring holders. So they had a jewelry kit that you could put together, and you could assemble. And I thought these would make really cute Christmas trees, the cone style Christmas trees. So I got 3 of them. Well, actually 2 came in a pack, and then the larger one was just a single. And so I thought it would be really cool to take to do a little decoupage with these gorgeous napkins that had a robin on them. And I was like, oh, this would be so beautiful to create a shadow box out of. So it's really small. It's probably about 6 inches across, maybe about 4.5, 5 inches tall. So it's really small, but it's something cute. Like maybe you can put on your mantle or something like that. Maybe your entryway or in your hallway or something like that, because it doesn't take up a lot of space. Or even if you're working in the office right now, it's something you can sit on your desk. It would be really cute there. And so here I just alternated in colors. I did like a really dark red. I think it was like berry wine. I did the color
I forget the color, but it's a color by Happy Hobby. But I just did 3 neutral colors basically because I can't remember all of them. And then I just wiped down. It has a plastic face to it, and I just wiped that down with some alcohol. And I did a little distressing. I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth, guys. I did a little distressing on the Christmas trees. And once I painted the inside with that celery color, I wanted to make the outside pop a little bit. So I did go in with some white paint by Folk Art. And once I did that, I don't know what's going on here, guys. I flip-flopped. I don't know. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to go ahead and start the decoupage with the napkin here. And I'm giving a good dose of that Mod Podge just so I make sure to stick. But this paper was super thin, but it did go on nicely, and it did keep the wrinkles, which is what I always try to achieve with my decoupage. Sorry about I think that's a helicopter. But nonetheless, I just went in, got that all down, and I don't know if you guys can really see. I hope it shows a lot closer than what it's showing here. And then what I put on here is Joy to the World. So I really was thinking about, you know, the scene in Bethlehem. So I don't know why. That's just what came to me, and that's why I chose to do that. I'm sorry, I did Oh Holy Night, except her, guys. I'm just all over the place. So it was Oh Holy Night, and I did Joy to the World on the first one. I'm getting distracted. That's what it is, guys. Just ignore me. Just watch the video and see what I do. Just ignore me. It's okay. So once I get that down, I'm doing my distressing with that burnt umber. And I had not used burnt umber before, but I saw a lot of content creators using it. And I was like, when I went to Walmart, they didn't have it. So I think that was one of the reasons I probably never used it, but I found it and I was super excited. And I see why you guys use it. It's a very nice color. I wish I had gotten a larger bottle of it, or at least some more. I only picked up 2, but hopefully when I go back they'll have more. But just right there you guys can see, so I put the lights in, the fairy lights I did get from Dollar Tree, and it was already looking super cute. I used some I just cut off a little bit 2 leaves from a pick that I got at Michael's, and I decided to frost the plastic on there, and it came out a little gray. Like it didn't lighten up. I thought it would maybe lighten up once it dried, but it actually stayed pretty dark. So I don't know if I'll remove that plastic from it, but you guys can let me know at the end what you think, if it adds to it or if, you know, it takes away from it, because I felt like you really couldn't see the scenery behind there. And also what I did too is I felt like it needed some more stuff, so I did decide to do the distressing on the outside as well, just to tone down that white a little bit, because it was just a little too bright for what I was trying to go after. And here I decided to add in some cotton balls to create that snow effect. And I didn't want to overwhelm it because the little trees were so miniature. I wanted them just to kind of blend in. So I really like the way this came out. The only downfall here is I got confused and I pulled the fairy lights over the top of the box opposed to under the bottom. But nonetheless, you know, it still worked out. I just painted over it and you can't even tell it's there. It just looks like part of the distressing. So here I wanted to do a different style of bow. So I decided to use some of that nautical rope, and I just tied it off. Like I just basically wrapped it around, tied it off, and created a bow with it. I used some tape to just kind of hold down the ends, and I really like the way it came out. It was super darling. And I just used some of the butcher's twine. It's the 2-color or dual colored butcher's twine. And I just love this, guys. Like, it was so stinking adorable. Like, I just really love this. It's super lightweight. I glued on the battery pack to the back. You won't be able to see that, and it just came out way better than what I thought. And so next step, oh my god, you guys, this was like, I was so excited. I was just excited that I pulled this off, okay, because I don't know where I got this thought from. I don't know what made me think of this, but with these bamboo rings that I got from Dollar Tree, I decided that I wanted to make a snowman out of them. And so, yep, that's what I'm going to do today, guys. I'm going to make a snowman. You ask how? Just sit back and watch. So of course I need the top hat, and I couldn't find nothing that was quite the size I wanted. So what I did was took an old roll of my from some yarn I had, or ribbon I had, and it was like the perfect size. And so then what I did, just to top it off, I used one of the wooden rings. Now you can find these wooden rings at Dollar Tree right now, but I did order mine off of Amazon, and one of those 1.5-inch little wooden medallions. And I just put that all together, and I used a larger wooden medallion in the middle of the bottom part of the hat just to give it a little bit of lift, because it just looks so flat, and I really didn't know how it would hold up once the moisture from the paint, you know, sunk in. So that came out beautiful. I think it came out super cute. And so here I'm just going to go ahead and adhere the two bamboo rings together. I did paint them in white, of course, because it's a snowman. And so I'm just going to hot glue them. And of course I did go in with a little bit of Gorilla Glue, and just for added security, because, you know, I'm not having really anything there to support it, I did go in and tie it off with a zip tie, both in the middle and also at the bottom for the base. And that's just to add that stability. And I was still a little, you know, nervous about it, y'all. So because, you know, snowmen, you guys know. So because they have the 3 buttons, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull that off. So of course I decided, why not use Fisher's twine? Or is that what it's called, Fisher's twine? I think that's what it's called, right? Anyway, you know, the little clear stuff. So I wanted something that would be almost invisible. I know you'll probably still see it, but it won't be as visible when you start focusing on the buttons. That's my thought here. So that's what I do. I get that in there, and I did have to use a lot of hot glue here, you guys. So I did try to melt it down so it wouldn't be so visible, and I think I did okay with that. Now, what I'm doing here while that's setting, because I really want to give it time to hold up a little bit, you know, so I can really put the hat on there, because the hat had a little bit of weight to it, but nonetheless I just set that to the side, and I'm using some other ribbon that I had. It was like a suede ribbon with some gold beads on it, but I didn't use the side with the golds. Clearly I turned it inside out, and I put the glue around, and those beads actually helped it stay in place between the little crevice between the wood plank and the 2 paper circles there. So it really came out cute. I was super pleased with that, because I didn't think it would look right with the little wood ring on top, but it actually blended really, really nice. And so like I said, here I am. Once it gets set a little bit, I go ahead and put it on the plank, and then I'm going to zip tie it in. And so that's all I'm doing here. I did go with the red and white just for Christmas. And it was so funny after I did this, because I did a red and white plank for some patriotic decor I did. I was like, hello, you know, you could have just reused that one. But my brain, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it does what it wants to do when it wants to do it. So anyway, so once I get that on there, like I said, I go in, I add the hot glue, I flip it over, I put some more glue under there, because I just want this bad puppy to stay in place. And it held up. It's holding up really good too, guys, just so you know. It's been up for a couple days now, and I even banged it a couple of times. It didn't fall apart. I really thought it might. But it didn't. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to use some of these are super tiny wood rings, and I want to say I got these from Dollar Tree. I think these were in the pack from Dollar Tree, but I could be wrong. But anyway, they're like super tiny, like they're smaller than the size of a dime. If not, they might be the same size as a dime. And I'm just taking some of the half beads and gluing them on there, because at first I was going to leave just the wood circles by themselves, but when I held them up to the wire, you really couldn't see them, and you could really see the Fisher's twine, and I didn't want that. So I wanted to take as much attention away from that twine as I could. And so I just put the half beads on there, left them in their natural color, and literally that was it for those. So I let them sit, because I didn't want to handle it too much and because they were super tiny, and I have chubby fingers. So now I'm just going to add some embellishments to the hat. I'm going in with some black and white stitch ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby. It was like 50% off. I think it was like $3.99 or $2.99. It might have been $1.99 actually. I think it was $1.99. I got it for 50% off. And so that just added a little something to it. And I'm going to go ahead and put a flower, because at least Frosty, he has a flower in his hat. So, you know, that's what I was going for, Frosty. And so that's all I'm doing here. I add that in. let that sit, and then I'm going to start assembling everything together. Sorry I was out of shot, but there you go. And I decided to put a little berry on there, and it just came out super cute. So once I got my beads set, or the wood ring and beads set for the buttons, I just go in and I attach them. And so there they go. They're already there. Look, 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 look. It's coming together, y'all. I was so excited. Oh my God. So then for his scarf, I got some ribbon. This is ribbon from the Dollar Tree. It is like an orange. I thought it was red, but it's actually like an orange color. So, but nonetheless, it goes in together. It ties in together because, you know, with Frosty, his stuff doesn't match. So I thought this would still be very cute, you know. And it really looked cute. And then I thought it was funny because I had my fan on and it's like blowing in the wind. But nonetheless, like, it just really started coming together, and the hat stayed on. Like, I was so excited, y'all. I was like really, really excited. But I know I needed to cover up some of that glue and stuff at the bottom because, again, it was excessive. I had to use a lot. So I did go in some of the cotton balls and some flower picks that I had, actually from a vase of flowers that I had got from Michael's way after the after Christmas for like 90% off, and the whole jar was like $2. So I just picked that apart and used that as the filler for the bottom. And to put his nose on, I hot glued it, as you see there, and I just, you know, I pointed it towards the ring, and you'll see right here, and I glued it to the fisher's twine. So hopefully you guys will get a good shot here. If not, you will see it at the end. I only wish I had done something like to create the eyes, but I just couldn't figure out how to do that without the twine being so visible. So that was literally it. These little twigs, of course, because that's what people do. People just have twigs, right? So I needed to do his arms. So I just took some of these twigs that I had and I just cut them up, you know, cut them down to size where they looked appropriate, made his little hands, and then I just tied that off with some of the craft twine that I had got from Daiso. And oh my God, you guys, it looked so much like a snowman. I was kind of thinking it initially too that maybe I needed like another round because, you know, they have 3 layers. And I was like, no, this is perfect. This actually came together very, very nice, guys. I was so excited. Y'all don't even know. Here it is. Yeah, oh, I did slow it down for you guys. Awesome. Look, and then I put a little snowflake on his scarf. I mean, this was just everything Christmas to me. Like, this right here literally took me back to my childhood.
I still can't believe that I pulled it off, you guys. And the plate as well. I do have a few more of those. I think I'm going to throw in the mix for Christmas. Later on down the year, but I had so much fun with this. I think this, like I said, was probably my favorite just because I did not think I could pull it off, and I can totally see a snowman here. Like it was good. And then the little shadow box, you guys. That is just so cute. I wish I had like the whole manger scene miniatures. I think that would look so cute in there as well, but I think it still, you know, caught the vibe I was going for, and I wasn't disappointed at all. And now that I see it, you know, you are able to see it a little bit better, you know, that the Mod Podge did dry, but yeah, I wasn't too disappointed with ourselves to use paint stir sticks in our DIYs, and I have been wanting to do a barn door for some time, a farmhouse barn door, and I was like, all right, we're gonna do paint stir sticks, I'm gonna do a barn door. You guys have seen it on Pinterest, on YouTube, all over the place, so it's nothing new, but it's a first for me, so it's new to me. So what you see I'm doing here is I took some of the 21 inch size stir sticks. I glued 3 of them together using wood glue and hot glue. Then I took the 12-inch ones, I cut down the handles, and then I put it down to about 10 inches in length. I'm taking this oval shaped piece of unfinished wood that I got from Dollar Tree, as well as the chunkier slates here. Those are the 10-inch ones. They also came from Dollar Tree. So right here, what you see I'm doing is I'm just laying it out because I wanted to get a feel of what I wanted to, do. And so I ultimately thought I was going to use those 10-inch or 12-inch paint stir sticks, but I didn't like the look of it. I decided to go with one of my half dowel rods that I picked up from woodpeckerscrafts.com. I cut that down to 10 inches, and I really like the way it came together. So that's what you guys will see that I'm doing here, is basically cutting it down to match the size of those smaller paint stir sticks. I'm going to use my miter shears. And if you don't have miter shears, they're probably the most affordable. They do have miter saws, which runs about $11, $12. My shears, I want to say maybe came to $15. I think it's been so long. But if they also have the actual miter saw, the little miniature miter saw, which is phenomenal for items like this. But I just didn't feel like pulling it out and doing all that stuff. So I just went for the miter shears, and it worked out perfectly. So that's literally what you see I'm doing here, is just measuring out everything where I need to make my cuts. And I was super impressed, guys, because I did not have to go back and recut them. What? You heard me right, girl. She did something. But that's all I'm doing here and laying it out. And then next, you guys will see where I go in and I add the handle. Now, those handles I picked up in a pack from Amazon some years ago, and I want to say it was like 25 that came in a pack, and it was like $12, if that. It might have been less, but I honestly don't know. I've used them in several projects, and it should be now over 3 years. Now, I did also opt to leave the handles on the larger paint stir sticks because I needed the length here. And we are going to cover that up with the oval shape. So I wasn't too concerned about it. And it did add a little definition to it at the end of the day. So I was okay with that. If it's not your jam, if you choose to recreate this, by all means, remove the handles and keep going. It's not going to hurt the project, I promise. And then what I'm doing here is taking some more of that wood glue. I am using the wood glue from Dollar Tree. I'm also taking some hot glue just for that, immediate hole. And I'm lining up 5 of the paint stir sticks. And then it's going to be a count of 7, but the 2 on the end are in the stack of 3s that I put together. So I wanted to have a little bit of depth there. I didn't want it to be all one flat surface. So that's why I opted to do it this way. And guys, it really came together very nice. It looked very rustic and charming. I was going to try the crackle effect, but it was late. I was tired. And I was just like, you know what? If that messes, if it messes the project up, or if it messes the project up, I guess I should say, blah, 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 I can't talk. If it messed the project up, I was not going to, want to go back and try and fix it that late in the night or early in the morning. So I was like, you know what? I'm chicken little, so I chickened out, and we'll try that crackle effect on another DIY some other day. But right here, it's coming together. And I'll tell you guys, these large sticks, they had a lot of splinters in them. I'm like, I tore my fingers up. I'm like, yo, back up. You're hurting me. But I sanded down. I did a lot of sanding, but I did not keep that in here, guys, because it was way too much. And this was kind of my first time that they've been this, they've been this jagged. But I made it work, and at the end of the day, it was all good. It came together as it should have. And here I'm laying out my half dowels to make that X sign. Now, I did forget to cut down a third one, and it was a lot of footage to this part too, because I was trying to do the decorations and whatnot, and I'm like, why is this not looking right? This is not what I envisioned, and I just could not figure out what I was missing. And then finally, in the final hour, as always, I realized, I was like, oh, you forgot the third half dowel to go across the top of the X. And you'll see I'll do that in a few minutes. And right here, I just stained these pieces. I'm using some half beads that I ordered off of Amazon, but you can find those at our local crafting stores. I think Dollar Tree is even carrying them now, if I'm not mistaken, but I could very well be mistaken. And I just did them, I stained them with my burnt umber, and I love the color contrast here. I used the plaster paint by Waverly, and I'm glad I did, because initially I was going to go with the white, and I'm like, no, because I'm going to do the crackle effect, which I didn't end up doing. It still worked out very nice, and I didn't do any distressing here, just because I want to be able to transition this piece throughout each season, or at least make it just one piece that I can put up anytime and it doesn't stand out as just being winter or Christmas. What I'm doing right here is I'm using one of the larger tower tumbling blocks that you pick up from Five Below, and I'm using that as my spacer and lever. But of course, you guys know it still came out crooked. I left that, I deleted that part out, but I did go back and adjust it because it was leaning. I'm like, come on, man, we've been doing good so far, but I wouldn't be May if I didn't, have something really wonky going on. But I adjusted it and it came together. And also I just screwed in the handle. I didn't do anything special. I just had a little hand drill that I picked up from Walgreens a couple years ago for like 20 bucks. And it works perfectly for me. Oh, sorry, I thought I drilled it in. But yeah, there it is. It's like really tiny and lightweight for your hands, and it's not very loud, so I like using that for little things like this. And then I'm just affixing those half beads to the corners, and guys, this looked so pretty and I just loved it. I was like, okay girl, I see you, May, I see you, girl. Then I had these laser cutout words from the fall that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I really love the blast. I love the color contrast here. And so I was like, this will work. This will work, girl. This will work. Y'all see I put my sweatshirt on right there because it had got chilly. Okay. I was like, okay, hot flashes, where are you at when I need you? It was cold. So what I'm doing here is I took one of the smaller tower tumbling blocks and I took one of these holly leaves and put it on. It is berry. Here is our blessed farmhouse door, guys. Let me know if any of these were your favorite, how you felt about them. Is it anything that you would attempt to recreate? Let me know that too.
So here is our next project. So we are going in and we're going to be making a snowman. So I'm using these wood rounds and this faux cutting board wood round from, I guess it's not a wood round, but a faux cutting board from Dollar Tree. It's the one of those super thin ones that looks like the charcuterie boards, but it's super thin, so I would never put anything on there. But nonetheless, all three of these came from Dollar Tree, and I'm just layering them to make me a three-tier snowman. And he's gonna be a surprise snowman, and you guys will get it at the end. So all I'm doing is adding in a paint stir stick in the back just to add a little bit more stability to it. The handle from the faux cutting board did that for the top one, and this piece did come out a lot heavier than what I anticipated. So it was definitely needed here. So just know that if you choose to recreate this. I also went in painting that with the Snow White color and just your basic black. I used a Sharpie to color the eyes and the buttons, and I'm just spacing everything out so you guys will see what I'm doing. Pretty self-explanatory. Oh, but the carrot, I think I got that from Hobby Lobby, and I painted that in the color Pumpkin by Waverly. So and then next you'll see that I'm going to use a wood ring to make his mouth open, like he's surprised. And then I attempted to do these eyes, and I am not an artist, guy. But I did the best I could. He did look surprised, so that's all that matters at the end. So I'll just let you guys watch and see what I do. So once I got them to how I liked, I went in and added the top hat. Now this top hat came from Woodpecker's Craft. I am an affiliate for them, so I will have their link in my channel. If you choose to go and buy some crafts from them, I absolutely love their wood pieces. I will get some a percentage of that, but it's definitely worth it, and I would not endorse it if it wasn't. So but I absolutely love them. I've used several pieces from them, so again, I will have their my link in the description box below if you want to go check them out. All right, so now we're just making his arms, because I almost forgot to do that. I took some twigs that I had on hand, some of that macrame rope, and just tying them off. Well, I hot glued them, of course, and then I tied it off, and I'm just going to adhere them to the back. So next I'm just going in and adding that flower. I have to really remember what's Frosty Cat all together. I couldn't remember it all. So now I'm adding in his scarf, and I'm just bunching it up around his neck because it was a little too wide, but I like the stitching on this red ribbon, and I did get this from Hobby Lobby, as well as the pink flower that I painted pink. Now I did use, I think it was Pink Cloud or something like that. I think I'm not sure, but it was by Waverly. And then the burlap flower came from Dollar Tree. So I'm just bunching up the scarf around him, and then I'm going to go in and add a couple of embellishments there. I'm going to add some more to his hat, because I was like, I think it was something that went around the brim of his hat too. I wasn't sure, but I added that there as well, so you guys will see that also. Once I got that all tacked down, I absolutely love the way he came out. He looked so surprised and so adorable. So this is the reason he's looking surprised. So I had this sign that this stencil that I created some time ago, last year actually, and it was a cocoa company. So I thought it said hot cocoa for whatever reason. So I was like, oh, I'll use this. So that's why he's like, what? So I'm going to show you guys a cup of cocoa that I'm giving him. So you can't give Frosty cocoa because he's going to melt. Hello. So, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just stenciling that on. It did not come up as well as I liked, but it still was really cute. Gave that nice farmhouse charm to it. And so I was all good with it. It was really cute. And as you see to the side there, I took one of the little cocoa mugs from Dollar Tree. I think it comes like 6 in a pack, and I just painted it red and white, and then I added in a green bow. I know bows don't go on cocoa mugs, but because of the hole and I didn't have spackling to fill it in, I had to improvise. So I like the colors at the end of the day, and it looked really cute all together. So yeah, so I'll let you guys check that out, and we'll jump into the next project. And I just think this is so cute, guys. All of these projects today were just like so huge. I was so ambitious. I'm like, what were you thinking, man? Like, geez, like you act like you have a big old crafting studio. So anyway, I was like, wow. So I'm sorry, guys. I tried with the editing to get it to work, but it was just working against me. So what you see I'm doing here is taking some of these wood scrap pieces from Dollar Tree. I'm creating a base for him so he can be a standalone piece. Now, again, she's going to have this on the inside. If you were to put it outside, if you chose to if you choose to recreate this, then, you know, definitely seal it so, you know, you can protect it against the elements. But this one's going to be inside, and it's a pretty sturdy piece, and I think it'll be fine. But I'm just going in with some of my mixed adhesive. That's what I used throughout today's video, is mixed adhesive and hot glue on all the projects. So but I'm just giving it a good amount of glue. I did not see a need to drill any nails in, but if you choose to recreate this and you don't feel it's secure enough, then definitely do that. But the mix adhesive along with the hot glue, and it is Gorilla Hot Glue, it works, y'all. Like it handles the storm, okay? So you guys will see that in the final reveal. Oh, no. I remembered, I came back because there was I think it was a little bird like on his shoulder or something. So I did take this little wooden bird cutout. I got this in a pack from Hobby Lobby, and I just put it on his other little arm. And I just thought that just added, just another color element to it. And I just was it too over the top? Sure, I did something better. Let me know too, guys, what you want to see. I did put a post out there on my community page asking what you want to see more. We're gonna do, it's a oversized wooden ornament that I got, a wooden ornament shape, should I say, that I got from Hobby Lobby after last Christmas. I got it on the sale, after Christmas sale, and I don't remember the price. I know right now they're going for $7.99, and I think they have like 50% off right now. So I know it was way cheaper than that, but nonetheless, I had it in my stash, and I knew I wanted to craft with it this year. And then I'm using a smaller one in the same shape, but I got that one from Dollar Tree. I just went in with different shades of blues, some like teals, turquoises, turquoisey, I don't know, turquoise shades of blues, different shades there. And these I do like the darker blue here, which I think it's the vintage blue, and that's one of the chalk paints that I get from Walmart, and I like that color. That is the base of the color I wanted, because I am going to be doing some decoupage, which I did show there. I got some napkins off of Amazon, and it's the manger scene, and it just says Oh Holy Night. So I definitely wanted, that was my inspiration piece for the colors I was going after. However, on the smaller piece, I was doing the, just blending it all together, and it just started looking way too beachy for me. So you're gonna see that later on down the road where I do change the color. So here, what I'm doing is basically layering them on top of one another, and I'm going to use some of the tower tumbling blocks from Dollar Tree. Originally I did 3 sets of 2s, but at the end I end up doing 4 sets of 2s because it needed to be stable all the way around, and I just felt like with just the 3 it wasn't working, so I opted to do 4. So I'm putting those to the side, letting them set up for a few minutes. I am using Gorilla Hot Glue to adhere those together, but you could definitely use, crazy glue, wood glue, your choice, E6000 and regular Gorilla Glue. And so what I'm doing here is I'm taking the little strings, this is from the party section at Dollar Tree, the strings that you tie to balloons. So I'm going to use that as the neck or rim of the ornament, so to say. You know how it has that little silver thing where you put the hook through? Yeah, so that's what I was going after. So here are these napkins. They are 2-ply. They are gorgeous. Like, I just love the blues in them. They're just really remind me of the manger scene. And so all I'm doing here is I took a piece of painter's tape, attached it to one finger, pull the 2-ply apart just to use that single ply. You can also use like Mod Podge to, stick it to your fingers, so on and so forth. It's all kind of ways to get it apart. So here, what I'm doing is I'm going to take, I did take a wet napkin, and I just dabbed it around the edges to just soften it up. And then I'm taking one of my weeding tools from my Cricut machine, and I'm just, kind of pulling away from the napkin just to make the little tears. And this went by really smooth. So I was pretty pleased with that. Once I got it to the liking, I'm going in to now start the decoupage, and I am just using your plain matte Mod Podge. Sorry guys, brain fog.
And I'm just going sections at a time. Now, if you've been here with me, you know when it comes to my decoupage, I'm okay with wrinkles. That's just the vibe that I like. But if you are one who likes smooth textures, there are so many techniques out there that you can do. The earning technique, the sponge technique, it's all up to you and what you're vibing and what you like. This is just my preferred method. I don't feel like it's really no right or wrong way, as long as you get it to where you're happy with it. So, and that's kind of where I start seeing where I'm like, oh, I'm not really feeling that background on that smaller ornament. So now what I'm doing here is I'm taking those tower tumbling pieces, and I'm just putting them in their respective areas. And this is where I realized, like, yeah, I think I need a fourth one. And I just go in, do the same thing, glue it there, and then glue it down. So once this dries, I just go in and add Mod Podge all over, because with Mod Podge, if you don't do it, you can clearly see where the Mod Podge Mod Podge has been applied. And so that's all I'm doing here, is just trying to make it one cohesive piece. And like I said, I still, even at this point, I was just like, I don't like this. Like, not that I didn't like it, it just was not Christmassy to me. So I put it to the side, and now what I'm going to start doing, I did the same thing for the neck of the larger wood piece. I put the silver string around it, and now I'm going to take some of these, I call them goodie bags. You find these in the gift sections or party section as well. And they have like the little stars on them, the sheer ones. And you just put little candies like for weddings, birthday parties, things like that. I guess parting gifts or whatever you want to call it. I call them goodie bags. So my thought here was I wanted to create a snowy, starry background for that manger scene. And so these have the perfect little stars to them. And I did test this out, and I was like, okay, this is gonna work. It's gonna work. I'm gonna have some lines there because, of course, of where I had to cut it. But once I blend it, and you guys will see what I do in a few minutes, I was like, this is gonna totally work. But yeah, no. So it worked overall. It did work, but I don't know, I guess it just, Dollar Tree being true to form, nothing is complete, is created equal. So what you do with one something, you may not get that same result with another. So nonetheless, I just went with it because I was about to, just scrap it all together and be like, you know what, no. But I'm just one of those people, when I have invested time in it, I'm going to write it out, do or die. Ugly or cute, it don't matter, I'm gonna write it out. So literally that's what I did here, and trust me, you will see where it's gonna blend, but you can still tell in certain places, of where the connection was, but it was not like horrible. Okay, so here, now this is where it got really funny, guys. I was really in the zone. I was tired. Like these past couple of weeks, I have just been exhausted. But so I wanted to create a light feature, which you see I'm doing here. I'm taking some of the little fairy lights or twinkle lights, and I'm weaving them in and out of where I put the tower tumbling blocks, and I'm putting the battery pack here. So my mind, when I was doing this, I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, it'll be on the back, but I was supposed to put it on the back of the larger one, and I end up putting the glue, as you see me doing here, and gluing it all the way down. And not only do I just put the crazy glue, I put some of the E6000 quick dry glue on here too. And I'm like, yeah, no, you weren't supposed to do that. So you can get in there to turn it on and off. You just need something that's really long to do it. But to change the battery pack, you would literally have to snap it apart. So yeah, bummer there. But nonetheless, I got what I wanted. And I put Duracell batteries in there, so we got a little while before it needs to come out. I had to laugh about this. So what I'm doing here is now I'm blending. So I'm taking more of that vintage blue paint, and now I'm just going in where the the pieces met are connected together, and I'm just blending them. So yeah, it's going to take out some of the stars, it's going to dull them out, but I'm going to be adding something else to this, and it's going to make it pop. So just trust me on it, it's going to come together. So even right here, you can kind of see, even where it was like really disjointed, uneven, you know, when I first finished it, just going over it with the paint, you can clearly see there, like it is blending it, but you do see the you know, like the creases and things like that, but they're not super noticeable. So here it was, I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go around this. I'm gonna use that same vintage blue that I used on the larger one, and I'm just gonna add some white. I'm gonna do some distressing with some white paint here, and that is what I liked. It made the little the napkin like pop a little bit, like it almost had like a little glow to it. And then with the lights on, which you guys will see, I always jump ahead, guys, oh my god, I get so excited. So here, and I like this, like I was okay with this because it wasn't just the solid blue. And here's what I'm talking about. So that glow around the bottom of that ornament, the smaller ornament, that's the lights. So it really made it look as though the larger one had some distressing, but it didn't. And so here I'm taking some stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby, some snowflakes, and I'm adding those in. And this is where I'm saying, so you can see like the little blotches here and there where, you know, I had to go in and try to fix it up, but I just used a whole pack of the stickers on there. And at the end of the day, I was completely okay with it. Like, it was not the end of the world. It wasn't. It could have been, but it wasn't. And so here I just I added in a pick that I got from Hobby Lobby as well, and I'm gonna go in, I think I put a red bow on this one, and then at the top, because my camera was dying, well, it did die. I added some berry picks, one little berry pick up to the top of the larger one, and you guys will see that at the end. Full disclosure, I show all my pieces, you know, on the final reveal. It just works mentally better that way for me. And so in the end, I feel like it really came together. Yes, there was some learning opportunities here. I would just have to kind of perfect this technique, but our next DIY or craft is going to be this snowflake. Now, the majority of these items, I believe, all came from Dollar Tree, with the exception of some stickers I'm going to be using. So just like on the large ornament, I'm going to do the same thing with the fairy lights here, where I'm just going to kind of weave them in and out and glue them down. But I did glue the battery pack in the right way, in the right space rather. And I'm just going back and forth just to make sure those lights are kind of spread out a little bit. There was some overlapping of some, but it does not stand out. It's not very noticeable. So just like here, like I had to like join together, and that's just how it had to come together. There was no way around it. And so with these fairy lights, if you tug a little bit, not too hard, you will get a little stretch out of them, but if you go too far, it will pull away from the battery pack. So you just need to be cautious there. So I did a little tugging, got them in the position that I wanted. Of course, you're going to have some lights on the back, which is totally fine, because this is something you can hang up against your wall, lean up against the wall, hang on your door if you want. Really, you know, if you want to have that kind of, that'll be kind of cool actually, have like a little night light to come up to your door. I don't know. Nonetheless, I glued this one in the right place, got those lights where I wanted them. This one I did paint off camera too. Just use your basic white chalk paint, nothing fancy. And I had went to my Dollar Tree, and I never seen the snowflakes this large. So I grabbed one. It was 2 in a pack, I want to say. And I was like, oh my goodness, I know exactly what I want to do. So I took another set of those tower tumbling blocks. I did the same to a set of 2, one set of 2.
And I'm just going to glue that right in the center, and I'm going to put the clear snowflake on top of that one. And it does have, like, it's not glitter, but it has some type of material on it. I guess it was glitter, that, you know, chunky glitter. Maybe that's what it was, chunky glitter. And so I just attach that on there, let it sit for a minute. I go in with some of the E6000 quick dry glue. I do get that off of Amazon. At one point Hobby Lobby did carry it, but I have not seen it there in a long time. But I did get that one off of Amazon. I will use that along with my crazy glue sometimes, or I'll just use it by itself. I mean, Gorilla Glue. So all I'm doing here is taking some stickers, some snowflake stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just placing them in where the petals of the snowflakes. I know they're not petals, but you know what I'm talking about. The wings, whatever you guys want to call them. I'm putting on the outside just randomly and just alternating in colors. I did go with the silver and teal color, and it's kind of a toss-up today. I usually try and stay in one color scheme, but I did more teals and blues and a little bit of red and silver too. So it's a little bit of mix up here. So once I got that on there, I'm taking one of the, I think it says, I forget what it says on this one. Happy holiday? Holiday greetings. I think that's what this one says. Holiday greetings, sorry. And I'm going in with some of this, I forget which blue this is, but it's so bright and vibrant, but it dries with this really nice rich color. I know it's not French blue, and I think it's Cayman blue, and it's just gorgeous to me. And so I have these little miniature Christmas trees that I got out of one of, like, it's like a snow scene that they're selling at Dollar Tree. It's the little minis, like, and so next, that was it for that one. We're on to the next one, guys. I had to do some serious cutting here, guys. I'm so sorry. I hope you can follow along. It, you know, they were pretty simple crafts, nonetheless. But so this is a pretty one to me. So I had two today that was really my favorite, and this is one of them. Well, three, because this one, the Christmas prayer one, which was, like, you know, we just dish that up a little bit, wasn't really a craft, but that was my favorite, along with the snowflake. Oh my gosh, that snowflake looks so beautiful when it was lit up. So all I'm doing here is taking some wood pieces. These are unfinished wood pieces that I got from Hobby Lobby and Dollar Tree. And so the only thing really that came from Dollar Tree was the little crate. Everything else came from Hobby Lobby. And the owl, I'm going to be putting an owl in here. An owl in here, so you guys will see. And that actually looks very cute just like that. You can make that into a really cute candle holder, but I am going to glue everything together, and this is just more of a conversation piece, if you will. It is I'm just going to create a base for it. I did use some more of the Tower tumbling blocks. I don't think I showed it here, but I used that for the bottom, the actual bottom. Then I adhered the crate and the little candlestick holder together, and I put that to the base. And so, and I have to tell you guys, this thing crumbled. When I first put it together, I put the E6000 quick dry glue, and I put a little bit of the Gorilla Hot Glue. I don't know what was going on, but, well, actually I did. I did not wait for it to dry. And I think that's what happened here. And it crumbled. Like, it literally, each piece just like, boop, boop, boop. I was like, okay, I'm hearing you. I'm tired. You tired? All right, we're going to do this on your pace, though. So, I waited a few minutes, went back in, got the glue off, reinforced everything. It was still a little wobbly, but in the end, it did come together. And sorry, a lot of this was like in and out of shot because I was just trying to make sure like it was all even, which at the end of it was still uneven. And I was so caught up in the moment, I forgot to trace this out before I adhered them, all the pieces together. And so that was another thing. It kind of made it shaky again, but I just, like I said, I just disassembled it, and I just went back in at it. You know, it was just no like turning back once it started to just all start to break up or pop a loose. And so I just traced that out, and got it. And I cut outside of where I traced a little bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch outside, just so I can make sure it would stick to the inside and you wouldn't see like any openings or anything like that. So I got that paper also from Hobby Lobby as well, and it's a very beautiful background, guys. I don't know where I got this thought from. I just thought, you know, that would look really pretty, and then to have the owl in front of it, I don't know. And I am going to put some tea light candles in the base for a nice little warm, like winterish glow. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It was just, I was so hyped on this one. It was so pretty. And I am going to fill that in with some, I call it like a furry boa type of ribbon. I don't know. It's just real furry. And that's what it reminds me of, a boa. And so I do put that in there along with some leaves as well. And it's just gorgeous. So here I'm just like going back in, trying to make sure everything is holding up, trying to give myself some time, let it, to let it stick together. And it started coming together. Like I said, it was just a matter of, patience and just waiting it out until it dried to where I can make sure the glue would work on the surface. And here is where I scalped the poor little owl, the little string that was coming out of his head. I had reattached it and then was like, oh, I don't need that. And I cut it a little bit too short, and he just had a little bit of a bald spot up there, but nobody's gonna see that. Nobody needs to know, just us. That's it. We don't have to tell his business like that. So once I got him down in there, he had a little flat bottom, or under there, and so he sat very perfectly on. I'm gonna put some of these flat dowels. I had put one across in there for him to sit on, so it worked out perfectly. And that way I could still move that and also be able to take out the candles if I needed to. And so here I felt like it still needed something at the top, so I cut down another one of those flat wooden dowels and just put a little dab of glue on each end and put them right there, just kind of to make like little rails, I guess, or handles. You wouldn't carry it like that, but that's, it needed that there. And so here's where I'm putting it back on top of the candle holder with the base, letting it sit, and it's coming together. And I like this. Looks very vintage, very old school, and it just reminds me of Christmas for some reason. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but it really does. And the owls, Dollar Tree had some beautiful ones last year, and the ones they have this year is equally, actually I think they're a little bit better. I think they're cuter. You guys let me know. If you got the ones from last year, let me know. And if not, hey, we like what we like, right? So I just went in, and here's where I went in, added some of the flowers. Those flowers I did get from Michael's. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh, just gorgeous. And I'm just kind of going in with my weeding tool to kind of pull out some of that fur. I didn't want too much to come through, but just enough to just give a little oomph to it. And so I'm just kind of stuffing it in there around. That's what I'm doing off camera. I know. Why did I even keep this? I know you guys can't see. I'm sorry. But that's what I did. And I'm just putting in little plugs here and there, and he's able to move around very nicely, so he's not going to break or anything. And that's it. And then here is our ornament, guys. And I have to say this, it really is beautiful. Like, this is really, really beautiful to me. Like, you can definitely see some missed opportunities there, some blotches, but at the same time, I kind of feel like it added to the project. Like, this is really pretty to me. And just the fact that this wood, I mean, it just, you can't see the theme, especially like with the lights down, but you can actually see it, and it's gorgeous. It's really pretty to me. And here is our owl. Isn't he cute? I feel like he's looking out a window or something. I don't know where this is. What would you call it? I don't know. What would you call this? I think it's so pretty though. It just screams Christmas to me. And oh my goodness, here it is with the lights on. Right, look at that. Oh my goodness, I love this. Like, it's so pretty. It just really is so rustic and farmhouse to me. And here's my snowflake. Happy holidays. I love this, and I don't know why I love it so much, but it's just so
pretty. The colors, that little that blue that came in blue, oh my gosh, it's just pretty. And then you turn the lights down and it's like the lights just feel right in the perfect places for that clear snowflake. I was not trying to do that, guys. It like literally did it. And even here, this I wanted to do something fun for my kitchen, so I decided to make this huge tobacco basket Merry Christmas sign using the basket I got from Hobby Lobby, along with this gorgeous fuzzy bow I got from Michael's, and some flower picks, along with this laser cutout sign that says Merry Christmas. I also used some golden ornaments I got from the Dollar Tree, along with some wood stamps, and voila, here it is, my happy winter wonderland Merry Christmas sign for my kitchen. If you want to see more fun DIYs, crafts, and tutorials, check me out on YouTube and Instagram under Craft Away with May. Happy holidays, lovies. See you soon. Bye. So gorgeous. And we're going to just go ahead and going over into project number 3. Now, this is one of my larger mason jars that I picked up at Hobby Lobby during the spring sale. Got it for 70% off, and it's already $2.99, so it's already affordable. But yeah, getting that extra 70% off made life a little bit sweeter, you know. So again, all of this self-explanatory, guys. I'm going in with that burnt umber stain. I'm going to be using some white paint and cashew paint, both by Waverly. And that's it. And then I'll come back in and I'll share a little bit more with you guys further along. Guys, as you can see here, I'm going in with this black trim, and I'm using that black paint by Waverly as well. I think it's called ink, if I'm not mistaken. And I know it looks a little harsh, but trust me on it. I'm going to do a lot of distressing on and off camera on this project. It's two different style of paints I'll be using to do the distressing because of the different colors, the color pattern I chose for this project. And I love working with mason jars. If you guys have been around for any time, you know this is my greatest platform to work with. I just love it. It's so versatile. You can do so many things with it. I absolutely love working with large mason jars, the wood mason jars. But yeah, so I'm just defining those lines, just breaking it up so you guys could you know, it's not doing anything spectacular, but I needed to do it this way because once I do the distressing, it's going to make it look completely different. Like, it's just going to be so gorgeous. And I'm going to be adding some ornaments on here that I did pick up from Walmart because I was so happy. I went to pick up some other things while I was there, and I was like, let me go to the back and see what they have. And sure enough, they had Christmas set up, which is a rarity for us here. Okay. We don't usually get our setup until further along in October, but I was super excited to find that. Now, the word joy, I'm going to be using, sorry, I left the cleanup on here, but there, you guys know, you see, I clean up. I'm also going to be putting a little word joy on here. I am going to do some decoupaging, mama. But the word joy you're going to see on here, and I meant to actually take the back out so you guys can see. I picked those up at Michael's while they were on sale for 50% off, and they were originally $3.99. But when I tell you guys, they were gorgeous. Oh, just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I just want to point that out. So pretty much that's where my embellishments are going to be coming from. Majority are going to be coming from Walmart, but I do believe 1 or 2 pieces did come from Michael's. All right.
Now this napkin, this napkin that I'm using here, I did get it off of Decoupage, napkins.com. I absolutely love it. It's so pretty, just screams Christmas to me. And let me know, guys, do you like distressing? Do you like it a lot? I know I do it a lot, but I really think I am coming into my niche. I'm finding what I really want to do on the channel, and it does include decoupage as well as other things. If you guys have been around, you know I'll switch it up. I'll do different things. Whatever I'm inspired to do at that time, I usually do. But I always love distressing. I think it just adds so much to your pieces, and it's so affordable to do. You know, if you really think about it, you can just get one napkin and you can get 4 projects out of that napkin. And if it is a 3-ply, normally the second ply normally has a light print on it, so you can also use that one as well. So you're looking at 8 projects for what? Sometimes they're under $1 per napkin, you know? So I don't know. I think it's just an affordable way to make your items look more high-end, in my humble opinion. Now this burlap poinsettia, I got it from Walmart as well, and I was just intrigued by the color, the texture of it, because I've never seen one like that. And so that was the inspiration for this complete project today. So yeah, but I absolutely love the way this came out, guys. Like, I love the way this came out. Now, it did give me a little bit of struggle, but the end result was well worth it. Alright, so right here, guys, I'm going to go in with these little miniature glazed apples that I did pick up from the general discount store. I want to say they were like $1.99, and you get 6 in there, 6 or 7, I want to say. But they look very realistic. And I was like, you know what, this needs some pop of color other than the birds at the bottom. It needs pop of color, so that's why I wanted to incorporate these here, and I'm so glad that I did. And even if you were to recreate this, right, you don't have to go, if you don't have a general discount store, you can just get little red beads, or natural color beads, and paint them red. That's what I would do if I didn't have these. But I thought they just look really
perfect here. So yeah, guys, let me know. Let me know if my thought process was way off. And I'm not sure if I shared this when I first started this project, but I shot these, you know, when you're editing, you shoot a lot of things out of order, especially if you're painting, you're waiting on something to dry, things like that. And so that's why I was showing where I first used the E6000. So that's why I was showing it like that, so you guys could see, because it was something different. So now I'm just going in with that oak stain and doing some distressing, and we'll be heading into the next project after this. What do you all think about this? Yeah, I was excited about it all today, guys. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. Just beautiful, 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 beautiful. I just love everything. Thanks for watching, lovies. Be safe, be kind. Hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.